Ismail, is how can the younger generation develop their leadership acumen?
Whether you are young, middle-aged, we need to be guided by values. The minute we are not guided by core values, it's difficult to make decisions. And we cannot be blinded by money as a motive as an entrepreneur. Because the day when we are blinded by money, chances are we are going to make decisions that we will cut corners, and more often than not, we will be blinded to our own values, and this is going to just bring you down the slippery slope, and you may make some money, you may get out of a situation, but it is never going to be long term. To give a very simple example, as far as PropNex is concerned, when we started the company, I think in 1996, initially it was known as Norris Consultants, was coined after my wife named Noraini and my name Ismail. We grew very fast within the 2 years to become the biggest Malay Muslim real estate company. But then we started to ask the question, so what, being the biggest Malay Muslim real estate company, when the pie is so small? And that's where we decided, with the amalgamation of few other like-minded people, to form a partnership to start PropNex 22 years ago. But the message that I want to say here is, when we started PropNex, it was doomed to fail within the first 4 years. In fact, 2 occasions we were at the verge of destroying the partnership and destroying the name as well. Simply because I started PropNex in year 2000, simply because I wanted economies of scale. Because we were small, we think the big is small and we have to be faster, and therefore the only way here is to come into partnership with few other partners so that we can be big enough and we will enjoy huge amount of economies of scale, and we can pass on these benefits to our people. Concept-wise is right. Execution-wise is wrong. Because the partners that came together, I did not focus on what were the values among us that drives us and what we want to achieve. And that's why it couldn't move much forward. Even though we can grow fast, without the foundation being strong, the pillars are not strong. So I think in any company, the strong piling pillars will be the core values and the purpose. Once you are very crystal clear about it, then your decision making is easy. Every decision, as you make and you train over time, it is in micro milliseconds before you utter a word out of your mouth. The brain will be so fast to just go through the process to say, how do you say yes or no? Because it will say, hey, is it against your values or not values? Is it the right thing to do or no? You will say no, a firm no. If you say yes, if you say let me consider, again guided by values. So I am a person who is so much so about values. But to tell you the truth, Dr. Ramesh, when I started PropNex, there wasn't any core values for the company, because our values was only economies of scale. And that's why we had huge amount of problem for the first 4 years. Then in 2004, we decided to put in place our core values and our purpose. Then we started to build our foundation right to who we are today. So to all the young entrepreneurs out there, ask yourself, what are you guided by? What are the core values? What is the purpose that you want to real this company? Is it that we want to be rich, or is it that something within you that you want to make a difference? Just very briefly, if you say, what's our core values for PropNex? Acronym simple, CARE, C-A-R-E. C stands for continuous improvement in everything that we do. And then A, autonomy on entrepreneurship of all our people. R, respect and concern for every individual. And E, ethical conduct of the business. Now you ask me, how do I make a decision? If you ask me to make a decision in such micro frequency seconds, my brain will have to say, am I curtailing autonomy? Is this being part of entrepreneur? Is this continuous improvement? Am I respecting people? Is this part of the honest ethical conduct? If it is not, the answer is no. You have to be guided by something. Then it becomes easy process.
I really love how you have made the corporate culture, one's core values and purpose of an organization, so simple for people to understand, and how it can be effective when, it is clear for the individual on what they have to choose in that moment, because every moment we're making a decision.
Yeah.
And no one has to go back to their boss or to check things because they are empowered. You've delegated it to them. It is very inspiring that you have thought very carefully how to build this company so that it is sustainable. That's a big challenge because you've got 11,000, 12,000 people.